Welcome to the first ever FITZKAST. We're missing Ryan Wallace. Maybe he chickened out. I don't know. Tim Fitzgerald, Cole Carmody, and Ryan Gilbert is here with us too. I can hear myself twice. That's not good. There. Okay. Ryan Gilbert's here, but the camera's not quite on him because it's not set up for. Here, bye, Cole. There he is. He's over there. That's me. That's the Cats and Dogs studio. So we'll be joined by Ryan Wallace shortly. Hey, if you're looking for structure in your life, organized thoughts, coherent sentences, this isn't the place for you. We've never done this before. I've only watched the Manning cast a few times. I've watched enough to put on my quarter zip. Thanks to the reminder on, I think it was Twitter. Maybe it was Wabash. I don't know. I don't even know where I am. Look, we're just going to have a lot of fun with this. I think maybe we won't. Maybe we'll hate each other at the end of it, and Cole will transfer, take an NIL deal with the University of Kansas and start covering KU sports.
Ooh! I don't know if I can do that. That might be a little tough. By the way, can we talk about my Liberty Bowl cup? It's
Yes.
Water, okay? But for folks that are at home, this is a Liberty Bowl glass. Shout out to Fitz for the cup of water. So, the Liberty Bowl. K-State's not going there, but forever in our hearts.
Are you listening over there? Because I'm picking something up. I don't know. Maybe it's behind me. Okay. Oh, well, we're just going to hang out here for a little bit until the game starts. Actually, I don't even have the game up on my iPad, so let me do that.
Well, right now, it's Mississippi State 102 against Tulane 70. So, if that's any indication, I don't know. You look a little miffed there as we're trying to figure this out. Bear with us. We're trying to figure out the good old ways to stream things. But I think, guys, when we're talking about this game in particular, there's so many storylines. I am very, very interested to see how LSU comes out and plays. You look at their schedule, and they have had some rough games. Now, if you're LSU, you look at K-State's schedule, yeah, it's kind of the same thing, taking those guys to overtime, Oral Roberts in North Alabama. But LSU lost to some teams that you wouldn't exactly call them, as I bring up their schedule right here. This is a game that Jerome Tang talked about as well. He said, I believe it was after the game last week, or maybe it was during one of his media availabilities, how K-State wants to schedule like programs. That was kind of his whole discontent with the Villanova thing. Like, he didn't want to play Villanova because he didn't want to be told when to play them. But LSU is a little bit different because they want to play somebody when they want to play somebody. And LSU is a program that is kind of on the same trajectory as K-State, at least in his eyes. And so this was one of those things where they wanted to go down there and actually schedule a team that they're kind of on pace with. And so I think this is going to be a really good game. I'm excited for it. And even with all the storylines, still should be quite the fun time for the Cats and the Tigers. I was talking about LSU's schedule. I mentioned a loss. They did lose to Nicholls State, the in-state rival down there in Louisiana. They lost to Dayton, and they've lost to Syracuse. Those are their three losses. Close wins over Southeast Louisiana, former college of Antonio Gordon, if that name rings a bell for you K-State fans. That's where he went to. He ended up at school after transferring from K-State. Well, they beat LSU, so 2 losses to 2 in-state schools. To put that into perspective, Southeast Louisiana and Nicholls, that would be like K-State losing to Fort Hays State, if that's ever happened. I don't want to talk about that, but that would be the comparison of that. Tough, close win over North Florida, taking Wake Forest to overtime, beating North Texas by 4, and then they blew out Mississippi Valley State to start the season. So all of their wins, close wins except for the first one, and their losses have been pretty bad. But somehow they are still favored over K-State. So I'm not saying I'm not encouraging you can do whatever you want with your money. I did not bet on this game, but yeah, this is kind of the outlook of LSU. I'll tell you right now, I've spent some time in Baton Rouge. Every summer we go down there, and there's probably going to be nobody at this game. Fitz and I were talking before we started the show, but men's basketball in Baton Rouge, Louisiana is not exactly the most popular thing. It could be fourth on the totem pole as far as sports go. You have obviously football number one, baseball is going to be number two, women's basketball is probably going to be number three, maybe gymnastics number four, maybe, and then men's basketball either fourth or fifth for sure. So very curious to see how many people actually show up to this game, but that is your little brief on the LSU Tigers.
I had to disconnect the studio camera, which is actually our work iPhone, because it won't let the volume go to zero. Every time I put it to zero, it bounces up, and it was coming back down the line. Go figure that one out. I'll reconnect it if we need a break from the festivities. I know what I'm going to have to do here. By the way, in the chat here, it looks like we got some comments. Are we coming through both channels? Because are we in stereo? Because I'm not hearing one of my channels, and it just might be my hookup. It's always something, Cole. There's always something. And the quarter zip, the ode, what is it? Ahmad, whatever that freaking thing is. To the Mannings.
Yes.
Yeah. It's about to go away.
That means you get to see Fitz take his shirt off on
it's
live
hot in the studio.
YouTube. Update 105-74 with 57 seconds left. I don't know if you've got the game pulled up in the studio, but
yeah, I finally got it up. Yep. It's right here. I'm all set up, folks. I got the iPad here. Ryan Gilbert's over there. He's got the big TV here in the studio. I got two dogs with me somewhere. Is the big ugly one over there somewhere?
Dude's over here.
Okay, dude's over there.
Fitz, by the way, before we get started here, Tulane, obviously Willie Fritz goes to Houston. I know we're talking about basketball, but Tulane hires Troy's coach. So K-State gets to face Troy's coach 2 years in a row now in the non-conference. There is some serious smoke. People have been talking about Tulane acting like a Power 5 program. Would you ever entertain the idea in future conference expansion of adding Tulane?
I would, but here's what they need to do. They need to have a bigger stadium, and B, bit more attendance. They just play in their market.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what else to say other than that. They don't have the kind of attendance you would want for a Power 5 school. Now, as having that academic school in your conference goes, I think it's a good addition. I mean, it's a school competitive in some sports, like Vanderbilt. I mean, they play pretty good baseball. So they're not just totally inept. It looks like we finally got this squeaker over 106-76. This is going to be odd for K-State fans. That game was not in overtime. Some college basketball games end after two halves. This game didn't go to that overtime session. That's just how it works. We'll see if K-State goes to overtime. Gills, can you find the prop bet on this game going overtime? Oh, yeah. Now he doesn't hear me. Can you find the prop bet of this game going into overtime? There we go. They have cut to the game. By the way, at certain times, we're going to drop some markers to let you know, like when they're going to break, we'll tell you when our TVs go to break. Cole and I probably aren't synced up.
We're not. I think you're ahead of me. I'm just seeing 4:19 on the countdown to tip-off.
Okay, I'm at 4:04. Okay, so you're 15 seconds behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Overtime is plus 1260.
Plus 1260 on overtime. That's actually low. That's so much lower than I think it would. So that Will Baker, he sure to jump hook really well. Now to the studio. SEC guy and SEC female host are talking about basketball. I don't have my volume up. I'm telling you what, this is groundbreaking crap right here. You don't see anyone else doing this titillating kind of video service. Yeah, I worked that word into the live. Yeah. Ryan Wallace has been kidnapped by elves. I think that's what we're going to go with. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, he's out. I'm sorry. If you tuned in for Ryan Wallace, he won't be here. Let me go find a third. Let me go find a third. Let's see. Big B. Wanna join? This is what goes on behind the scenes, folks. This is literally it. Me texting people.
Fitz's phone has been in the red, I think, a few times this week, if you've been following along.
I usually judge breaking situations by phone charges.
Yeah.
The other day was 3 full charges in a day. The following day was 2.5, and yesterday I made it through with 1.5. Hold on, was that yesterday? No, that would have been Thursday because I was out of town most of the time. Then yesterday it was also 1.5.
So in other words, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, lot.
Fitz, are you going to be able to pause your TV for about 10 seconds so we can be on the same wavelength? That's the question.
That's a valid point. When we get back, if they ever go back, we'll do that. I gotta hold on. But then we need to check where people are. I don't want us all to be way behind. Big B is going to join us.
Here we go. From Kellis Robinette on Twitter, by the way, LSU shouldn't benefit from a crowd advantage today. Student section is basically empty. Enough K-State fans on hand to cheer for the Wildcats during starting lineups, especially the local boy Cam Carter. For those of you who do not know Cam Carter, Donaldsonville, Louisiana, about 15 minutes southeast of Baton Rouge. Nice little suburb there of Baton Rouge. Nice little town. Cam Carter, homecoming tonight. I don't know what his over-under points were, but I would probably take the over. This seems like a coming-out party for Cam Carter. I'm excited to watch him. He will have a lot of family down there. In the postgame, they also said that this is Cam Carter's homecoming. Well, it's also Marco Bourne's homecoming as we see the Tigers take the court. Yeah, there's going to be, you can just tell there's like nobody there. So
okay, as soon as we get to a marker point, I'll let everyone know where I'm at, and I might be backing up to let Cole be on the same timeline as me, if that makes sense. The whole streaming world has changed everything. Because if you're watching on cable, you'll probably be well ahead of us because it's got to come through the stream for us. Podcast.
Unless you're watching this at my apartment, in which Cox cable in my apartment is about 2 minutes behind. Literally 2 minutes behind. It's vastly strange. It's vastly different, and it's weird, and I don't like it.
That's weird. It sounds like they have you streaming, and they're selling it as cable. Which
right.
They're now pushing that stuff down. Okay, the Cat's taking the court. I'm seeing Arthur Kaluma there. I'm going to tell you when I don't see Arthur Kaluma. Boy, they like Arthur. It's his backside. No, I don't. Oh, tip off right there. So here we go. We are going live. Sorry, Cole. Let us know where you're at. I don't see anyone. You watch the game.
Yep, 14 seconds.
No, you cannot watch the game if you don't have SEC Network. You can go find an illegal stream, but I'm not going to endorse that because we own our own copyrights. I don't like to do that.
This yellow and this lavender is really doing it for me. I am totally digging these colors on this court.
So I'm watching on my iPad. I think that was Cam. I'm having real issues. The lavender is awesome, but on the smaller screen, it's kind of hard to read numbers.
That was Cam Carter.
Okay. Cats up 3-0. Oh, now they're going to show us the starting lineup. It's the usual. Don't get worked up. There's another easy lay-in. Gasson. Remember when we called him in guessing because we had no clue? At least maybe that was me. Oh, drive.
You see, you're like to possession ahead of me here, Mr. Fitzgerald, and I'm loving it because now I get to see what happens after you.
Okay. Was that a 3? Yeah, that was a 3. Okay, when we get to a break, Cole, I'm going to pause for 14 seconds.
All right, that works. I think if there's one thing this K-State team really needs to shore up, it's their help defense. That's kind of been their bugaboo on the
Oof.
defensive end. Looks like LSU's man defense again.
Oh, that's a breakdown. Oh, I don't know how he did that. You slippery, slippery guy. Oh, man. Like
Cam Carter
closing
with the
time,
block on that defensive end.
he drove to the rim and didn't finish. Here we go.
How many times have we seen David do that, though, on that
I know.
offensive end? Just
It's the first half. I don't expect Tyler Perry to score. It's not his role. He'll still shoot. Don't get me wrong. Oh, there we go. Well, they're pressing a little bit, Cole. They're pressing a little bit.
They are. Wouldn't be a bad time for a timeout. Jerome Tang likes to usually let him play, though, so.
Wow. Drive the baseline, get pushed out of bounds. Turnover. Cool. See him pushing on his hip. Is that Bert Smith? I can't tell. Same guy that was lousy on Tuesday night?
I don't know how that's not a foul.
Officiating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
makes sense.
He got there.
no, that guy's too short. Bert's tall. He's named Bert.
I'd be curious how many LSU guys on the roster this year played against K-State last year in the not Bahamar, the Bahamas tournament.
No, I could have done that research, but instead I did other things yesterday. I'll let you guess what that is.
Yeah.
Out. He just threw that out of bounds.
They're letting him play.
That's Jerome Tang in his second season at Kansas State. He's 33-12.
And 7-0 in overtimes.
And 0-1 in fighting the law. That's showing him a lot. I wonder if they're talking about him.
Yeah, I wonder what they could possibly be talking about that's going on with this program this week. If you're in the comments, let us know, because I'm sure nobody has any idea.
That court's pretty damn cool. I like it.
Yeah. Oh, bank shot. LSU coming out with some fire today.
Yeah, they responded to that quick start. K-State got off to that 5-0 and, well, hello, Will McNair. The guy, I thought he was just a roster filler.
He's been incredible, hasn't he?
He's been really good.
Yeah, that was a great play. I want to know where these guys get the undershirts that are lavender.
I know.
I don't ever see those. I wonder if that's like an athletics thing.
Hey, LSU, if you keep hitting on all your shots, you're probably going to win.
They're pretty long, and they're similar to, they all have the length like Villanova. I don't know if you noticed that, but those guys were huge.
I know. David's back on the struggle bus. Turnover. We're going to break here, Cole. We're going to break. Okay, as soon as it flips up to commercial, I'll let you know. I'll pause. I think I'll be pausing. Little replay here, little replay there. Okay, we're going to break. No, we're still showing some replays. This is good broadcasting right here. Oh, we are in the transition and oh my God. Okay, we're in break.
All right, I'll tell you when I'm not at break.
Okay, that's good. Well, I can't do that. Tell me when this commercial ends.
Okay, like the Big 12 commercial.
Yep.
This is how you get on the same page, folks. Communication is key.
Okay, so Brian Hanley is here. He will be joining us as soon as I do this. Cole, it's been open. Oh,
This commercial is so long. All right, my commercial is over.
That didn't help me because I screwed it up.
Oh, okay. You could just pause it when you actually get to the start of.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
I need to get ahead of you. Oh, Brian Hanley is here. Brian Hanley is in the house. There he is.
What's going on?
He's even in his purple.
Yes.
Thanks
you
for
go.
joining us. Brian's always down for a good broadcast.
Absolutely. I was just watching the game. I got my knee back working right, so I went for my walk. I came back and I was like, yeah. I was actually watching you on YouTube. So
What do you know?
I was watching you guys on YouTube, and I'm thoroughly going to enjoy us talking and you guys than the SEC network broadcast. I can assure you we're not missing anything.
Was it pretty bad?
Yeah.
Cole, you should be coming back.
All right. Yep, I'm back.
Okay, I think we're somewhat synced.
All right, that's important. Hopefully,
an
Brian
important
knows
update.
Pages is too.
Important update from the Cats and Dogs studio. Daphne has registered her first in-show fart.
Ah.
How you doing over there, Gils?
I haven't smelt it yet.
It's coming.
Not yet.
It's coming like a dark cloud.
So I'm curious what you guys think about this. Michaela Bridge didn't play at all last game.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell yet if he's out on the court right now, but surely you've got to start to work him in, right? With no Tomlin officially done, you've got to start to try and work him in, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't
He
see.
seems like a guy that you'd have to get in there and play. You cannot play 7, 8 guys consistently in there.
You bring up an interesting point because now they're at resolution with the situation. Whether you agree with it or not doesn't matter. This is the team, and now you can just go forward. Know that these are your guys, and if you need to do that instead of just having someone play because Naquan will be back, that's okay. If you're curious, if you're an optimist and you hope the situation's cleared up, I can almost assure you Naquan wouldn't come back. I have heard he's already been offered $500,000 in an NIL deal for half a season.
For a half season.
It's a weird world in which we live. Okay, K-State looks like wants to play a little defense now. Brian, are you watching?
Yep.
Did you leave your TV?
No, I got it on I'm watching on my laptop.
Yep. I got my iPad going.
So if you guys see me looking away,
no, that's part of it. I'm doing it. Oh, that's a high percentage shot.
I don't know who Data Ames
Cheers.
reminds me of that's played at K-State, but the way he's able to break a defense down and get the ball to the post players has been really impressive this year. I mean, he's a smooth freshman.
Yeah, he is.
You add Castillo into the mix next year, they're going to have 2 really good true points.
Ooh.
Like I shot that 3-pointer.
Tyler Perry decided not to shoot.
Oh, you're that far ahead of us.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
that was a good play.
I was like, okay, what happened with it? Was worth a woo. And that was it.
We talked about the over-under for Cam Carter
see
points.
if
He already
I
has
can-
7.
let me pause here for a second.
Okay, what are you paused on?
They're just showing the replay of that last
Okay.
play.
That just went for me.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, they just showed the double replay of Cam's.
There's the second one for me.
All right.
Yep.
So we're close. We're close.
Yep.
I won't make any more noises.
So, Allen Fieldhouse is a storied venue for college basketball. They have sold almost all the media seats down around the court. And I don't typically complain about media seats. They're free, for God's sakes. So when they moved us up in the stands at Bramlage, I'm like, okay, well, I didn't like our previous seats because you constantly were blocked by the Classic Cats. But we were much closer, could see more stuff. But I could do my job, and I can do my job from the seats in Bramlage. The main media seating is really high up in Allen Fieldhouse, and you really can't see very well. And there's not enough room to work. So I'm not complaining about that. That's look, those tickets are worth a lot of money. I get why the media is high. So, and plus there's just not enough desk space and elbow space for big guys. So I work in the media room, which puts us 15 seconds behind because you can hear the roar of the crowd, and then you wait to see what they just roared about for the TV to catch up. It's very strange to be right next to the crowd and that far behind it.
It's got to be tough, man.
It's kind of weird, but at least I can see what's going on. For example,
Brian, we were talking. Sorry, Fitz. Brian, we were talking about. Through there by LSU. We were talking about LSU a little bit before we started the game, and I don't know if you had a chance to look at their schedule, but losses to McNeese State and Nichols State. I said that's about the equivalent of losing to a Fort Hays and a Washburn. Now, granted, those are D1 schools, but they're not on the level of like a Wichita State at all, and that's a big deal for those schools down there in Louisiana to beat LSU.
Absolutely. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. It's just how LSU lost. Brutal.
I wonder if Hannibal, the LSU player, does personal security.
He's a pretty big dude.
Oh my God.
I
got confused. I thought it was me on in an LSU jersey, and then I realized, no, that's not me. I'm not named Hannibal. Oh, that was a trouble.
He is a big man.
Yeah, that is a big dude. Guys, what do they have to do to get David Gasson back on the right track? Because his struggles are a little concerning, to say the least.
I just don't feel as comfortable. Marquise got him so involved in everything.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's a deep one. That counts for the same amount, even though it should be 4.
Cam Carter, Cam Carter, what does he have? 10 already? Jeez.
You're right about Marquise getting Gasson involved. He did. He got him involved a lot. I don't think we have that kind of point guard on our team this year, or at least not yet. I don't believe that because you can't go to him in the post. You can't just throw the ball into the post and have him go get you a basket. So the offense has got to flow a little bit more. So I don't know. We got this year. It seems like they play a little bit more ISO ball than last year. Last year was a lot of pick and roll type of stuff. And I don't know that we have the type. I know we don't. As far as having Marquise out there to play pick and roll with, we don't have somebody doesn't possess his skill set per se.
Right.
So it's tougher for him to get involved that way. But when the offense is moving, I mean, you see it when they're swinging it side to side. I mean,
David is just on the perimeter. I know that's kind of what he wants to be, and that's where they want him, is out there on the perimeter. But it seemed like last year, whenever he was down in the post, I know he got bullied around sometimes, but it seemed like that's when he was at his best. And with this new 5-out offense, it's supposed to help him, but I think it's made it a little bit more difficult.
Like there.
Yeah.
We're at the under 12 timeout, 11:39. LSU 18-16. One of the cool things about this is I'm currently doing work on the computer on which you're just pointed at my face and which you're watching me. So that's kind of cool. Into break we go. Another Big 12 ad on the SEC network. Odd? I find it odd, even though it is ESPN. It's just kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, you would think there's no way they would promote Big 12 on the SEC network, but
right.
I wonder if that's because of a regionality.
It might be
where we are located.
What's going on here?
It could be.
I wonder what the coaching staff had for dinner last night. Did somebody cook? Did they cook, or did they go get something? Surely they had some amazing Cajun food. Part of me thinks they're going to go play LSU on the road every single year just so they can go down there.
I mean, it's not a horrible idea.
No, it's not.
Not a horrible idea.
Apparently, Jerome Tang, I don't know if this is if this has been reported on or not, but Jerome Tang said in one of his media availabilities that they were going to have a home and home with LSU. So I would expect LSU to be in Bramlage next season. I don't know if that really moves the needle for a non-conference opponent coming into Bramlage. I saw a stat that there's only been like 4 top 25 teams in the non-con to ever come to Bramlage in the last however long the arena's been open. So when was Bramlage open, Fitz?
1989.
So since '89, it was like 4 or 5 non-conference top 25 opponents to ever play in Bramlage, which is shocking to think about.
A lot of trouble getting people to come in.
Yeah.
Yep. Just a lot of trouble getting people to come into Manhattan. Now, that was an old excuse driven by a lack of an airport. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a lot easier to get to Manhattan now than fly into Kansas City in this world of charters. You can just get right in.
But now
Yeah.
with the way the Big 12 schedule is, I don't think we're going to see very many top 25 teams in the non-conference come to Bramlage because you're going to have opportunities to play top 25 teams all the time. So I just don't see a point for.
I don't know though. If you're going to get in the tournament, you got to play some of those good teams, especially when you're on the fringe. It's different
That's
than
true.
football because football has basically told us, hey, yeah, don't play anybody good. Just play your conference because we don't care.
Right. That's true.
But in basketball, at least they make it known that you better play somebody good. If it comes down to fringe and seeding, you better play some good teams and you better beat some good teams or we will penalize you.
Exactly.
And at least
right.
you know.
It is bad. Yeah.
At least you can fault the NCAA for a lot. Jiminy Christmas. You can live a lifetime doing that. But at least with their selection committee, at least they tell you play good teams.
Yeah.
And beat good teams.
Oh,
Yep. I think
I stole all the action here. There we go. Sorry.
kick this off.
I'm just
If
playing.
K-State can find a way to win this game, it's not necessarily going to be a quality win, but if they lose this game,
It
I think
hurts.
we might look back at the end of the year and say this was a bad loss.
Absolutely.
So this is a really important game for K-State. And LSU's played pretty well so far. So I don't think K-State's played that bad the first fourth of the game, but they're going to have to find a way to keep making some shots here.
Keep making some shots and keep stringing together some stops.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Fitz.
Uh-oh.
Oh, just a
Got to blow my nose. Be back.
Cam Carter once again.
He is hot, ladies and
That is
gentlemen.
incredible.
That is literally the definition of being on fire.
He might legitimately score 30 points today. He had 16 last game.
Yeah.
It's good defense there. Just made the shot. I mean, K-State has to play through Cam Carter right now. Except
Hey,
if
what?
Tyler Perry can do that, then
Hold on.
geez,
It's the first half, right?
Yeah. He
somehow.
made a shot.
Okay.
And it's not at the end of the game either.
Oh,
Right.
what was that? Oh,
Oh.
you got to be kidding.
That's only the third foul called of the entire game.
Why do they have the Mountaineer mascot on their team? The transfer portal is completely out of control. My God, even the Mountaineer went somewhere else. He probably got an NIL deal for Cajun food. Sellout.
I tell you what, there's a lot of people in Louisiana that look like that guy, though. You'd be surprised. That guy, there are some in Baton Rouge. They speak a whole different light version of English down there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I watched Adam Sandler's Cajun Man. I know how to talk that.
Yeah, they finally
Jacob,
called the travel. He
Travel.
only traveled 3 times.
Yeah, I give him some credit. It's a bit more full than I thought it was, but it's probably only about 55% of the way full for a
It's
Saturday
not near
game
out.
down there.
That's a heat check.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always got to do one of those, man.
Yeah.
You got to know, do I keep shooting this damn thing?
That's
and if
right.
it goes in, you don't stop.
I can tell you, back in my old basketball days, I can tell you the heat check. I mean, That was, I mean, whether I was hot or not, it was going up. It was going up. It didn't matter.
You had offers out of high school, didn't you, Brian?
Yeah, I went to Xavier.
Oh, that's right. You did. You went to Xavier on a basketball scholarship, folks.
Yeah. Oh, Xavier. Now, I will admit it wasn't the same Xavier that we know. Oh, that's good play there.
That was nice.
Very good play.
Folks, that's a post player catching the ball and finishing. As Kansas State fans, you may not be fully aware that is done normally, but a true post player, not a forward play in the post, a true post player just finished at the rim. Yeah. Stay tuned for more here on the FITZKAST, whatever.
Will McNair is the best big man to play at K-State since who? As I say that, and he just gives up a layup. But who's offensively anyway?
That was a bad shot.
Terrible.
Drifting, off balance. That's a good foul. Ask me about K-State post players is not fair because there hasn't been one. Put your in the comments. Offer up that question. The best post player at K-State prior to Will McNair. Lou Cologne is not accepted as an answer.
I don't think McCallway Mayween is the answer.
I think he's better than McCall. I think he finishes.
Yeah.
Do we count
Curtis Kelly's a power forward?
Yeah, he was.
Lou Cologne was his post. He did slide down to the post, but he wasn't a true post. That's what I mean. Like Gassan played the post last year, but he's not a true post.
Right.
Just an absolute true post.
Basically,
Gibson.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I totally spaced DJ.
Right.
And while he's more of a power forward, he did play true post. He didn't. You can always say that someone's a post when that's all they play. They don't step out and move to the floor for someone else there.
Yeah. And he was short for one though too.
Yeah,
he was. He was probably 6'7".
Oh, he's really not happy at all. Jerry Pollard is going to take
maybe 6'7".
Jerry Pollard has a quick trigger. And look at Jerry. He's about ready.
He's ready, isn't he? He's ready to.
Oh, he's grabbing his whistle. Don't do it, Wade.
He is ready.
Man. Jerry used to be an outstanding official, and then he caught on that he was the show. That's big. Arthur Luma has been playing well.
The fact that he can make a three now has completely transformed his game because now teams actually have to react to his pump fake, and he has one of the best pump fake ball fakes that I've seen at K-State in a long time. Moving screen.
Yeah, he's a really good basketball player.
He is.
You know what I mean? He's just a basketball player, and he's really good.
The word on the street is Ryan Gilbert's got a really good pump fake.
Ryan's always catching strays.
Yeah, he is, but he can't hear me right now. Oh, he's behind, isn't he? You heard here? Are you watching the broadcast over there? Or are you just watching the game?
So many different.
Right. He's got SEC Network, GoPowercat on YouTube, and Pornhub.
Oh, that
going
coach,
on his devices.
He's got to get a technical. Oh, there.
Look at Jerry. Like Jerry's going to be. I'm the one who's going to tee you up. I am going to do it.
Yeah,
he got one.
Did he get one?
Yep, they gave it to him 5 in a row. He's saying, I don't know what he's complaining about. He got hacked going through the rim.
Let's see.
What?
Going to the rim.
I think he's upset for a good reason.
I don't know about that one. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Well, he stormed halfway out onto the court.
Yeah, he was asking for a tech.
Yeah,
he was asking for one.
He's like, will you just call the damn thing? I'm trying to fire my team up.
Yes.
I mean, if I lost to Nichols and McNeese State in the same season, I would be. You know what's crazy though is he's a really good coach. He took Murray State. They had like 1 or 2 losses that year after.
Yeah.
But that program, that LSU basketball program right now, is in such disarray because of everything that happened with the last coach and all the cheating investigations and everything.
Will McNair. I'm gonna name my first baby Will McNair.
Yeah,
If you've been
it's,
following along, you know that's not happening. Oh, Kaluma Luma. Oh my God,
Oh my
no way.
gosh.
holy smokes.
Oh, you shouldn't be able to do that.
I had doubts early in the season. I had doubts. Is he upset about that? Offensive player dribbling the ball off his foot?
You can
We're
see
going
the
to the under
talent
8.
differential.
7:47 to go. K-State up 32 to they took the score down right as I was reading
Look
it.
at this play from Kaluma, though. That is ridiculous.
23.
Thank you. 32-23 from here in the Cats and Dogs studio. Folks, I'm going to just let me get over here to my brand. Let me stick one of these in here real quick so that YouTube on the replay will put in an ad for us. Such a beautiful thing. So just click that, and then when it replays, it'll see the black screen and stick an ad in there. Guys, I'm really fired up about the new Big 12 in basketball, almost more than football.
Mhm.
Having Arizona and Houston in this conference, I keep promising I'm going to do a deep purple on what I think the ACC should do. But what's interesting about that is they've got so many good basketball brands. But I actually look at the ACC as the Big 12's one chance to try to raise their football level to be somewhat competitive in terms of money,
Right.
TV money. They're competitive already, but yeah, to raise their TV money, if they can convince those ACC schools, look, you belong over here. They just stole your spot. They'll look down at you academically. You should come here. And I'm, most notably there, I'm talking about Clemson, Virginia Tech. And I know Florida State wants to be in the SEC or Big Ten, but I want them to stop and think if that's really what's best for them long term. If that's just solely based on money or fit, because those three schools are all kind of, the ag school of your state. So if you want to say that about Florida State, that's a little different, but certainly Clemson and Virginia Tech are the land grant type schools.
Yeah.
I know Tech is. I think Clemson is too. This is the part about YouTube TV I love is when they run out of ads, they just give you YouTube ads. Or like YouTube, like sleeper.
Zen.
Yeah, Zen
Right.
moments. Here's an update from Alabama and Purdue. Alabama's not even ranked. Wow.
No, they've lost a couple of games.
No wonder they're offering not Arthur Kaluma. Jeez, Naquan Tomlin so much money.
Where's he gonna go? I mean, there's so many schools. If you see that list from John Rothstein, it's like
That wasn't
every
John
school
Rothstein.
in America.
That wasn't him. That was Jom Rothstein.
No, I saw
No.
that one. I did see that one.
Oh,
But
did the real John Rothstein do a list?
Yes.
Because
he
I
did.
saw the fake list.
No, there was a list.
That
A real list.
Elon Musk just said yesterday that they're going to really crack down on poser accounts like that, and yet that account's still running, and it really is a problem. I think it's that wasn't good.
I like how LSU's court says 2023 national champions, and if you didn't know better, you would think it was the men's team, but they don't specify if it was men's or women's.
They were going to specify, and then they asked Kim Mulkey, and she punched him.
She is feisty, isn't she?
She started beating everyone up. She's
feisty.
I see they're playing a little bit
they're pushing them out,
confused on the offensive end.
Yeah, we're not doing
really
nothing.
Push them out.
Kind of standing around.
They cranked up their defense, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh. Those are things Cam didn't do.
Yep.
I don't know if he was even capable Fitz last year.
I
don't think he was.
He's expanded his game. The next thing he needs to add, and we've seen it twice in this game, is the jump shot. Once he gets inside the defense, he gets that blocked a lot. He kind of holds on to it a little bit.
Yep.
He's got great ups. He needs to explode more with it. There you go. They're going to run. They're going to run. Okay. Well,
Ooh.
I hope they didn't
I-
injure anyone in the crowd with that block ball.
Guys, the more I watch this team and the more they're going to gel, they're only gonna get better. I think that's what's exciting about this team is there is still a lot of upside with this group, and they're only gonna get better.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen close to what their ceiling is. I
Well,
mean,
and we need
Cam
Quez Glover
Carter-
to get a full grasp
yeah,
of. I mean, I honestly don't know how big of an impact he'll be, but he's another veteran guard.
right.
That's a bad turnover. Again, getting into traffic and not knowing what to do with it. Oop. That's a foul. No, it wasn't. I love it when they're not calling that. When the defender's straight up. Oh, that's a charge.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Got to give that one up.
That's probably the first charge I've seen, honestly, guys, with K-State in the last 3 games. I cannot remember a charge. I can remember a few offensive fouls, but that whole emphasis of we're not going to call charges anymore, I think that's real. I don't know if you guys have noticed that.
Yeah.
There has not
Yeah.
been a lot of charges called.
No. It's almost like they've been listening to chat boards and stuff like that where people don't like charges, go up and try to
Right.
block a shot, stop giving them these bailout charge calls. It's almost like the refs have been listening to that.
Mm-hmm. I would like to point out Dave Gasson. He's back on the floor now, but K-State went on their 8-0 run when he was on the bench. Not that that means anything.
Well, it's about to change here. Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
forgive him. There
Yeah.
was a foul. I didn't see it. LSU hasn't fouled this entire game. The refs are just picking on them. Don't put that ball down there.
Look at that student section.
Oh, how
Did
are
you guys see that? Oh,
No, I didn't.
the student section is behind the basket, and there's probably like 20 kids, and they're all
David.
just sitting down.
Dang.
David Gasson needs to get free throw lessons from my Oakley. You guys seen her shoot free throws? Automatic every time.
It's okay, David. If basketball doesn't work out, I'm sure the Netherlands needs bricklayers too.
He's averaging 7 and 8 this year. I guess I didn't.
His
realize he was
rebounding's been
averaging-
really good.
Yeah.
Nice. That
Yep.
was a
We
defensive.
lost Brian.
Oh, bye, Brian. Bye,
Oh,
Brian.
here's a good play.
We miss you. Oh, that's nice.
Oh. Cam Carter's coming for that Big 12 Player of the Week. Ooh. Breakdown on defense. What's the chat saying? Anything special? Alley-oop. Travel.
My buddy Jeff just texted. He somehow managed to pause his YouTube TV and sync up with us perfectly.
So he can see how basically we are just the best commentators in the entire world is essentially what's going on.
Here's something interesting. Yeah, it was regional. Just got a text that when we're seeing Big 12 ads, they're seeing SEC ads in the South.
Huh. Yeah, well, that makes sense. That's strange that they do that, though. LSU 10 turnovers, K-State 8. That's a big thing K-State wanted to avoid, was turning the ball over. They always talk about that magic number. What is it, like 5 turnovers and a half that they want to try and stay under? But they played pretty good defense so far, Fitz. Oh,
I
good
just
pass.
invited in someone else if they're ready to come in.
Okay, I'm excited. Is it Taylor Swift?
It's much like that. It's kind of like the Taylor Swift of K-State economics professors.
Oh, okay. I think I know who
Brian
that is.
Hanley has suffered a Wi-Fi outage.
Mm.
He lives in like a really bad setting in Frisco, Texas. There's nothing really bad in Frisco, Texas. Everything's 3 years old.
KU plays Mizzou today. Is the score of that game going to be like 90-60? Mizzou is not very good this year. And
No.
it's in Allen Fieldhouse.
What time's that
It's
game?
going to be, I think that might be a 2:30 game. Don't quote me on that, but
Oh, Brian Hanley is back. We're going to bring him in. Welcome back.
Sorry, I think my Wi-Fi went out or something.
TV Dad says drivers who switch save hundreds. That's nice of him to say that. But I've seen that guy on TV shows. I don't think he's a real dad. Well, he might be a real dad, but not on the TV.
yeah, KU and Mizzou play at 4:15 today.
Okay.
So
That's going to be a bloodbath.
it's going to be horrible. KU's
Man,
going to
Mizzou
destroy
is
them.
terrible.
They're not good this year. They lost to Memphis by 15, and they also lost to Jackson State, who only has 2 wins this year.
Yeah.
Don't act like that 2 wins isn't a great accomplishment. God. Bruce Hader.
Sorry. Speaking
Very
of
elitist.
Mizzou, K-State women play Mizzou in the Bill Snyder Classic today at 5 o'clock in St. Joe, Missouri.
Nice.
So I thought that was pretty cool that they're playing it in St. Joe, with obviously where Coach Snyder is from. And the game wasn't supposed to be on TV, but ESPN Plus picked it up because they realized that, maybe people want to watch this regional matchup between a top 13 team in the country. So
well, it's not that they picked up. I think K-State said we better send our video crew.
Oh yeah,
I would imagine. Yeah, that's really cool. Coach Snyder has a women's tournament named after him in his hometown. True story. I remember when I got out of college, I had a professor tell me, "You don't need to work at a small paper; you'll get a great job." I didn't get a great job, and so I was working in sales in Kansas City, and I got a call from my hometown of Salina saying, "Hey, Salina's hiring a sports writer." Well, that call was a little late because I called Salina, and my friend now who checked in with me the other day and former boss Harold Bouchard called me back and said, "We literally just hired a guy from St. Joe, Missouri." So I picked up the phone and then called St. Joe, Missouri, and I started in St. Joe, my first full-time newspaper job before that guy started in Salina. So I did an 8-month stint, and yeah, it sounds like prison, but it was St. Joe. And I'm like literally wondering, what am I doing in St. Joe, Missouri? Fast forward to my current career. When I started writing about Coach Snyder, I went back to St. Joe. I knew exactly where he'd grown up. I knew exactly the barber shop in which, he said he hung out and talked to his buddies. It's one of those moments where you were in the right place. You just didn't know why, but you were going to eventually know why. So just a little wisdom from the old fart. 36-27, Cats are leaving. 3:25 to go. Interesting. What did we get here? We got a moving screen. Jarrell Colbert, who used to play at LSU, right? That's where he came from.
He did. Jerome Tang's first ever portal commitment. So first ever commitment to K-State was Jarrell Colbert. Little known fact right there.
He
didn't even play his first year. No,
he was a project. There's no doubt. And he's made a lot of progress. He's still got a ways to go, but
he's gonna be a good player.
No, he's gonna be good. He showed some real flashes, and I think he's good for that. McNair needs a break. We need to have a true post. We'll do that. But he had that really nice game the other day. Oh, Sasquatch shoots for the 3. Oh my God! You try to kill him.
Yeah, that's a foul.
Was that my future bodyguard?
Yeah.
What's not his fault? He's a monster. Like, do we call fouls on Shrek? No, he's just a big guy with a big heart out there playing basketball.
This is a serious question, guys. Do you think that the average student will know who any of the basketball players are at LSU? Like, they're more likely to recognize the baseball and the football players than the basketball players, right?
And the gymnastics.
I think 100%.
I would recognize gymnastics athletes because they're all small.
That has to be a tough job to coach there. I mean, That is, like we talked about, it's just such a bottom tier sport at that school.
And there's that's so true throughout a lot of the SEC. And now, there's a little bit more interest in Alabama and Auburn than there has been. But for a long time, Kentucky was it. Tennessee now it's got it going. Of course, Missouri loves their basketball.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some schools. Frank told me, Frank Martin, when he went to South Carolina, man, we're clearly the third men's sport. Baseball is much more important to this school and fan base than men's basketball.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice pump fake with it. LSU player.
And it's wild because South Carolina, they got like a 18,000 seat arena too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And their women's basketball team is number 1 in the country.
Yep.
Consistently.
Oh, you did mention that too. They're behind women's basketball.
They are
too.
definitely behind women's basketball because they will sell that place out.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a really cool arena. I've been down there. I go down there every year, and we have our for the team, for my summer baseball team that I coach. We have a tournament every year down there, and so every year we go into the Tiger Stadium which is their football stadium, and they have the coaches party, the coaches meet up, and so it's in the suite at LSU football stadium, and so that football stadium it's legit. And I've been inside the basketball arena, and it's right next to Mike the Tiger. It's a real live tiger that they have on campus.
Yeah.
They have him right there, and the basketball arena is right there next to the football arena. It's a really cool campus, but yeah, it's not a very big arena. It's kind of hard to compare it to, a place, but
The America at LSU?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say it's close to the size of Bramlage as far as how many seats are there. Probably around 12,000.
So, did you know Kansas State used to have a live mascot at football games?
No. Actually, I think I did know that.
Touchdown would be, that's nice. Guess it just needs to kind of get a little burst here to really open this up before halftime. Up 9 with 2 to go.
That's what I was just thinking, Fitz. Get something going, a little rally here.
Just open this back up. Don't let them climb back in it. Yeah, touchdown used to be paraded around by yell leaders in his cage. They're carrying him, like a Roman emperor. Oh,
I don't know if that's the shot.
Okay, kick it out. Start again. Oh, you're going to shoot it right back up. And that's LSU's ball. And it turns out that, Wildcats, actual Bobcats, are kind of scared of things.
Yeah, they are.
So the poor things would get stressed out and die of heart attack. That's not good when your mascot's having heart attacks. So now whatever the new touchdown is, touchdown 4 million, I don't know what his number is at the Manhattan Zoo. If you didn't know, Manhattan's got a cute little zoo, nice little zoo. And if you live in the right part of town, you can hear the lions roar. It's got to be weird because it's kind of in the middle of town.
Mm-hmm. So the referees went from not calling anything the first 10 minutes to calling everything. I think what I said, we had 3 combined fouls at the 10-minute mark, and now we're at 15. So
that's what the technical was about. He doesn't want a full-on game. He wants to get to the free throw line.
Yep. Muddy it up as best as you can.
There goes McNair. They just went really small.
Yeah, David's at the 5 for probably the last 2 possessions. We still have not seen Michaela Bridge in this game, which is something we talked about, but be interested to see, that Coach Tang does this a lot where maybe he won't play a guy for a few games and then they can still have an impact on the season. We saw that with Ish last year.
Get that. Oh, man.
Killing them on the boards.
Yeah.
And not. Guys, you don't have to shoot it every time you get your hands on the ball.
But, oh my
How
Lord.
is that? How is that LSU's ball?
Did K-State have
terrible.
4 shots on that one possession?
I think it was 5.
5.
And they couldn't score.
They just bolstered their rebounding stats while trashing their shooting stats in one possession. Okay. I don't know. I mean, LSU, you had a 2-for-1 opportunity. You would have had to push it, but you would have had an opportunity. They're still
They don't
doing it.
care about
They're
that.
still doing it. They did it. And they got to the line for what?
Oh my goodness.
What was the foul? Like it. Again, I'm watching on my iPad. And so I'm a little bit more like this instead of like this all the time.
I mean, that wasn't. I mean, the guy's driving into traffic to 3 people. I mean, it was a bailout call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
K-State men's basketball on Twitter. That was a lot of rebounds with the flexing emoji, but
Yeah.
they didn't score.
They didn't score.
Yeah.
I never seen that guy wiping his feet as the ball's in his hands to shoot a free throw, and
It worked.
You miss it. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Oh
That's,
yeah.
I mean, come on, buddy. What are you doing? I mean, you're putting dirt on the ball. Not to mention, I don't know. I get picky with some of this stuff, and I know I'm the old man back in my day. Like, I see guys doing that all the time. I'm like, I think I may have wiped my feet of the court maybe twice from the time I was 5 years old till I was 18 and stopped playing. I mean, if you're playing on a court, especially at this level, that's that dirty, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not playing in the gymnasium of
Yeah,
the,
you see
the
it all the
elementary
time,
school.
and I'm like, I get it. It's a mental thing. I go, but come on. You do
Man,
that in our elementary gym.
Exactly.
I wore Converse canvas high tops, so I don't want to hear you're old.
There you go.
Oh, he's back ahead of us somehow.
Look at David. Well, just because David goes to the free throw line doesn't necessarily mean it's points.
We are being realistic here.
Cam Carter, I'm going to have to look at the box score at halftime, but best half of any K-State player besides what Kaluma have at halftime? He had like 17 against
17.
Villanova? Yeah.
Like 17 and 7, something like
Mhm.
that. Uh-oh.
Cam's got to be up there with that. Oh my gosh. That's it. David, it makes me wonder if he needs glasses. Like, I'm not even trying to be mean. Like,
No, you're right. It's like he's having depth issues.
right.
He's
Well, he has
talking to
no
himself.
confidence
I wonder
in
when he
videos
talks to
going on.
himself, is English or Dutch? These are the things I think about. Well, that didn't work out well at all.
Oh, I think K-State got the ball.
Yeah, thanks, ESPN. We don't have no idea what just happened. We're going to keep it on the behind the rim action, even though you can't see it. Okay, here we go.
Somebody put in the comments, Aaron says, over under 2.5 5-hour energy drinks for Fitz for this game.
This is my second one of the day. I had my morning one, and then I got this. And then I've got a new product that's less energy, but it's an energy fizz. I'll be
Nice.
doing that in the second half. Now, the downside of this is I already pee a lot. There we go, Will McNair. But this will supercharge that whole effort. We're now talking about urine on the FITZKAST. If you're just joining us, we don't know what we're doing, but we're having fun not doing it right. Or maybe we're doing
Absolutely.
it right. Ryan Wallace can't be with us today because he texted me yesterday and said he couldn't be with us. But I don't know if you realize this, but I had a few things going on yesterday, and I missed that. So I put him on the graphic and everything, and you go beer. It's because at his daughter's dance recital. Ryan
That's
Gilbert
important.
also has a dance recital later today. It's going to be the Nutcracker.
Did you guys watch any of the South Dakota State Jackrabbits before this game? They're playing the Villanova Wildcats.
Are they really?
Yep.
What's the score? God, my
It was
God, he's
6-3.
huge. He's enormous.
I mean, that's a defensive end. I mean, that's a guy that needs to be either playing defensive end or tight end somewhere.
It's halftime in Baton Rouge. I don't know what that accent was. 42-34 Cats.
There it is.
Coach Rodney Berry coaching his ass off.
19.
I love Rodney Berry.
19.
He's kind of the guy that just sits in the background and you don't really know about him, but coaches his butt off. That's nice. That's good. 19 points. That's Cam Carter goes home, does well. Here's the SEC halftime report that we don't really care about. Nate Oates. Hey, we're not really going to talk about everything else going on. I mean, that's not why we're here. I'm kind of actually, we need a break, and
That's not awful, Fitz. You're right, man.
yeah, we need a break.
Yeah.
Need a break from it. If you came to hear about my opinions on the entire Naquan situation and the president of the university situation, basketball situation, and Gene Taylor situation, I'm taking a break today. Unless something happens, it's a game day, and I'm going to focus on that. And we all should. Let's not forget why we're actually enamored with covering, in my case, and we're watching K-State sports. At the end of the day, it's about that. You know, Brian, I find it intriguing how much stuff I don't cover, that I cover that isn't about games anymore.
Yeah.
You stop and think about it. I mean, people talk about the transfer portal and the NIL and, TV contracts and conference realignment and, this situation, your occasional criminal situation, which honest to God doesn't happen very often at K-State. It's about 50-50 now. It's getting there, particularly because of conference realignment. It's amazing how much stuff we talk about that isn't about the actual game.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's become year round.
Yeah,
is the thing. And I think that's one of the reasons why so much other stuff is covered. And to be honest, it has to be covered because it is year round. It stinks because it's not more about the games, but with year round coverage and talking about stuff year round, you gotta, I mean, you have to talk about that kind of stuff because people are interested, obviously. But to me, it gets troubling in season when it becomes more about that than it is about the games. That's right. Where I start to have big problems.
I'm with you, and this is frustrating. We got any questions over here with us? Share and enjoy the game. Thank you, Calico Willie. That's a great name. Adam Kadavi, also known at GoPowercat on the podcast as that jackass. Hey, Aaron, thank you for the question. We're friends. Who do you guys have this afternoon, Army or Navy?
Oh, go Army.
I went
Navy.
Yeah, I went Army just because everybody on game day went Navy, and I think Navy's actually better. So I'm going Army. That no other reason other than my my uncle. He was in the Navy, and so it's good to tease him, especially since my cousin was in the Marines. And if I've heard once, oh, we're the ones that go and fight. Oh, well, we're the ones that give you a ride. If I've heard that once, I've heard it a million times. I get tired of hearing it. So go Army, beat Navy.
This is a big game. Okay. Both these teams are 5-6. So whoever wins is, I don't know. Or maybe they've already selected. They probably have already selected the bowls, right? Like for both of these teams.
They have, but I don't know. Maybe they saved them a spot. Someone's got to win it.
Right.
I don't know.
I
didn't realize that. I'm not up on my military institution football.
Either way, one team's going to be 500 and the other's going to be below 500, and they'll be able to use that recruiting point against each other.
Okay, I'm cheering for Army for two reasons. One, we have an incredible military base right here within our community, 20 minutes down the road, Fort Riley, protecting the nation and disturbing Aggieville for more than 100 years. Fort Riley, thank you so much for your service in both. But yeah, I mean, my dad was in the Army. He served in Korea and then came back on the GI Bill to get a degree from Northwestern to coach high school football for many years before he decided to make money. And also, I read a mug today that was the most convincing argument why anyone who doesn't have a team in the Army-Navy game, pick Army because nobody ever grew up playing Navy with their friends. It's true.
Ooh.
It's very valid.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, we used to have to ride our bikes to go talk to them. But you want to go play Navy? I'm not comfortable with what that might mean.
I'm rooting for Army because Matt Drinkle is the offensive coordinator for the Black Knights. Who is Matt Drinkle, you ask?
Yes.
Well, he has some ties to Salina, Kansas. He was the former head coach of Kansas Wesleyan.
Wow.
5 seasons. He is the offensive coordinator now for Army. So, Matt Drinkle, the Army Black Knights. Go Army, beat Navy.
Matt, never change your name to Drinklewitz. Your credibility will fall through the floor. Oh, thank you, Aaron Fish. Army and Navy have to be eligible for a bowl by selection day, or they don't get selected.
That's
stupid.
Especially when they're both 5 and 6. Just pick a team, man. Go Army beat Navy, Aaron says. Go Navy beat Army, Tennessee Cat says. Please no fighting. What do we got here? It is yeah, okay, let's pull this one up. This isn't really about the situation. They weren't redshirting anyone. They decided early on that they needed to play the 3 freshmen. So nobody's technically redshirting on this team. So I thought was interesting. Byron Kaufman with a really good point here. Yeah, that's exactly the type of player he wants to recruit. I mean, that's exactly it. Long athletes, jump out of the gym. You got it.
And physical.
Very
physical.
I'm looking at here the box score, guys. K-State, I think Ryan Gilbert tweeted this out too, but no bench points in the first half. Or sorry. Yeah, that's right. No bench
Not really.
points.
You know, it might actually help if I pulled up my stat broadcast.
Carter has 19. Kaluma has 7. McNair has 9. He's 3 for 3 from the field, 3 for 4 of the line. He only has 1 rebound. Arthur Kaluma with 6 boards already, so he's on double watch, 7 and 6.
You got about half of those on one possession.
Yeah.
And we are beating them up on the boards too.
Yep. Let's see. Out rebounding them 16-9.
They have 9 rebounds.
Yeah.
That's not very good.
Well, the one thing that's true, we're shooting 59% from the field. So, and even though we're shooting 52, we've gotten some offensive rebounds where they're making almost all their shots.
Hey,
the stats are pretty even for sure.
Here's a little hack for all of you, because now all this is free for viewing. It used to be behind a password. If you really want to follow along with K-State, the stat broadcast, stat, no S, no stats, statbroadcast.com is where all of the in-game official stats go. And that's what we have open at games. They used to be password protected, but now if you go there, click today's events, hop to the letter K, and Kansas State will be right there. You'll find that for any K-State sporting event, be it football, basketball. I'm pretty sure baseball's on there too, I think.
Yep.
So yeah, statbroadcast.com. Today's events, K for K-State. Off you go. You find it. Why am I looking at this family? What am I missing here? They seem like nice people. Whoa, she looks like a pioneer. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this ad. They're zooming in really tight on her.
I'm changing the subject, guys, but did you see Dylan Gabriel committed to Oregon?
Yeah, how about that?
Yes.
How about that? I still don't know what that ad was for. I did. That's interesting. I mean, his Hawaiian Polynesian background, going to Oregon, where they have a history of that. That's kind of cool.
He said it was Marcus approved because he's going to wear number 8, which is what Mariota wore.
Yeah, that's what college sports about. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Dylan Gabriel on-field fan. I like him. He's going to be really good at times. But when people ask me, is Will Howard really worth $1.5 million or whatever? I said, look, I don't know what the market bears, but I look around and I see a lot of people clamoring about Dylan Gabriel and Quinn Ewers, and I'm sorry, I might take Will in that equation. I just might.
Mm-hmm.
So
be interesting to see where Will ends up. I think now that the quarterback market is established. I say market, right? Like, it's just crazy. We're literally talking about college football as it's like free agency for the NFL. But now that the first quarterback has made his decision on where he's going to go, I think we might start to see the dominoes fall. And I don't know when Will make his decision, but you would think it would be pretty soon. Gabriel's the first one to do it, to announce his decision. I bet within a week we know where Will Howard's going to school. That'd be my guess.
Okay, guys, let me throw this up here first. Thank you, Shakedown. Oh crap, he's here to collect. Never mind. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone watching. And what's this? Puduk? How far can the women's basketball team go in March? This team's capable of beating the teams they need to get to the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's really interesting to me about women's basketball. The biggest thing holding back women's basketball has been the lack of balance, of competitive balance.
Absolutely.
Because for so long, there were only so many high-level female basketball players. And this is an important part. Women's basketball still has 15 scholarships.
Yep.
So if you look at all the schools that were dominating women's basketball for years, Tennessee, UConn, South Carolina, I'm forgetting someone, guys. But, let's just take the top 10 programs. Maybe there was 8. Well, that's
Stanford.
Yeah, Stanford. Thank you.
I
I knew there was some on the West Coast. You take the top 10 programs, that's 20 scholarship players that would trickle down to other programs on the men's side that the women can kind of consolidate. And, you could get 2-3 pretty darn good players at a K-State or something, but there just wasn't enough to, consistently get that third and fourth part. We saw K-State do that briefly with Wecker and Oldie and Kane and all that whole thing because they were blessed with Kansas kids. Now, the growth of the sport in youth basketball, we're seeing the impact. What was it? 8 of the top 10 preseason top 10 lost in the first couple of weeks, and folks, that never happened. That did not happen. They were losing to teams not in the top 10. They were losing to teams that, they'd usually just beat routinely. They were only losing to each other within their own club of excellence. And K-State's a good sign of that. K-State's got enough talent right now because of the return of Yoki and some great recruiting to play at the highest levels. They've beaten Iowa 2 out of 3 times, and then Iowa played for the national championship in between 2 losses from K-State. All right, so that they could go to the Final Four. They really could. We'll see.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's the good thing, or the good point about women's basketball is like for so long. So like you said, Fitz, there were the same programs and you knew that there wasn't parity because those teams, they'd be in the Final Four and there'd be like 3 losses between 4 of them all season long. Like 2 of them would be undefeated and one would have 1 loss and maybe somebody have 2. It's like they're going all season long. It seemed like every year undefeated. I'm like, Jiminy Christmas, nobody can beat these guys. Like one off day, which they had, but they still won the game by 15 points. It's just like, man, and that is not the case anymore. And that is why, look, I went to the Final Four last year because it was here in Dallas. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. It was packed. Everything. I mean, it was packed. Both days, all 3 games, absolutely packed. Ton of fan engagement. I mean, it's a real thing. If you can get that going on your campus, then you are helping yourself. I'm telling you, because
it's a different fan base.
Yes, it is a totally different fan base, and people will engage. I'm just saying. I mean, I saw it at Louisville. Obviously, I'm from Louisville. I mean, they play in the Yum Center downtown where the men's play, and they get 10, 11,000 people every single game. And somebody might look at that and like think, oh, well, that's not that many. I'm like, for women's college basketball, that's a ton. I go, UConn sells out every game. Tennessee, not so much anymore, but they're still getting 17,000 people. I mean, that's a lot of people for anything. So if you can tap into that, man, I mean, the parity in college basketball has dramatically changed. I mean, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I wish there would be more. There's still the pecking order because there's still the absolute top teams, South Carolinas and the UConns. They're still all very, very good and lose very seldomly. but I love that there's so much more parity, and I love K-State's team this year, man. I do. It's good.
I watched them. I've watched the women pretty much every single game this
Look
season.
who's at the game.
Wow.
I know. I
That's
see that.
impressive.
What's her name?
That's pretty impressive.
I can't think. She's never been to Bramlage, I don't think.
No, yeah, just
What's
to
her
finish your
name?
point, Brian, on the women's team, I've watched pretty much every game this season, and I mean, it helps when you have an All-American on your
It
team,
does.
right? Like,
It does.
she's really good, but
Yep.
yeah, I mean, think how fun if K-State ultimately gets that top 16 seed in the NCAA tournament, and they host
Correct.
2 NCAA tournament games. The place is probably just going to be sold out.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know if that's ever happened before in the women's tournament of K-State hosting, but man, I'm looking forward to that. I hope they can get it done. They obviously got a big game today against Missouri, who, just looking at their schedule, I don't think they should have much problems with them, but a pretty cool environment. So after this game, you're watching this game, go ahead, tune over to ESPN Plus and watch the women, because that'll be a fun one to watch.
Okay.
By the way, Fitz, there's some really good photos on K-State men's basketball Twitter.
Oh, I need to do work. Yeah, I probably should work. Let me offer Red Panda. Thank you, Tim. Is Tim or hold on. Tim Everson's helping me out here.
The game's back on, by the way. K-State.
Oh, hey,
LSU.
hi, basketball. I have sent Tim Everson a link to join us.
Sweet.
My friend Brad wanted to know. Let me find fill in the blank on this one, guys. K-State versus LSU. K-State will win if they do what in the second half? I say defend.
I was literally going to say that.
And there's an open three-pointer that they missed, so that worked out well. That and guessing guy is sure good rebounding.
I'll answer that question, and I'll say if they can rebound at a consistent rate like they have in the second half, even if LSU makes shots, K-State will win. And making deep threes like that with the second half legend himself, Tyler Perry.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Guys, he does have a little Marquise in his game. Ryan Gilbert and I were talking about this on his last Twitter space, but he's got a clutch gene in him that we're starting to see develop that come March, I think, could really pay off.
The athletic department's run by a clutch gene too. You're welcome.
That's a good one.
You're welcome.
Cam Carter, 19 in the first half. Does he get 30 points? Does he get 11 in the second half? We'll see. There's that one. That's no.
Luma.
There we go.
There it is.
He makes me happy.
He's really started to figure out that 3-point shot.
It was brutal at the start of the year.
Yeah.
But he's got it tiled in now. I think, I think he was just a perfect example of a good dude that just had to relax, man.
Yeah.
You're pushing. Okay, I'm going to keep.
Well, he was a big get too.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
He was a big get. And sometimes, when you're dealing with kids and they know it, kids know if they're a big get. And I think sometimes that gets in their head a little bit, thinking, I got to press. I got to be so good, so early, right now. And I think he may have just been pressing. And Jerome Tang is so good at just getting guys to calm down. Just be yourself and be calm.
He just, Tyler Perry, sometimes he just gets a little bit too picky. I think. Yeah.
He gets himself into spots.
Right.
He's used to being that spot up 2.
Yep.
That's a nice stand right there.
Yep. Numbers.
Dang.
I think that's on cam.
Got to know who you're throwing the ball to sometimes
Yeah.
and where they're at on the court.
But I think if you ask Tank, he'd rather make turnovers like that going in transition than
Sure.
And a half court screw up.
right.
There are some nice photos.
I'll tell you what. I know they just called a foul, but McNair's done a really good job today defensively because Baker was their guy. I mean, that guy averaged 15. That was their guy, and he's done a really good job on him defensively today. I mean, this is a great play.
And I'm not sure where the foul was underneath either.
What was that?
I mean, if anything, it could have been a travel.
Yeah. What on earth was that? That was strange.
Okay, I saw the foul better that second time. Oh, that was a different foul, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, crime. I'm sorry, folks. I'm editing photos right now.
It's a good question about a floater. I haven't seen Tyler Perry use a floater yet this season.
Got to add it.
He's got to
have as a small guard, you got to have that in your bag, man. You just do.
Again, not being a point guard for earlier seasons in his college career, he wasn't asked to do that, you know? And he's doing, oh my goodness. Did Kaluma just have a stroke? Oh, they got a foul at that. I'm not sure about that one, but we're going to go. Well, that guy looks unhappy to be there. Someone get him some popcorn, maybe a soda. Jalen Cook. Okay.
Wonder what they're saying. I mean, what?
So he started at LSU and then he went to Tulane and now he's back?
And now he's back.
Okay. Well, good for him. Where's my mouse? I've lost my mouse. In all seriousness, I cannot find my mouse. It's not good. There it is.
I wonder how much LSU recruits in state. You know, Jerome Tang always talks about the Louisianimals that he tries to go down there and get. Cam Carter, Dorian Finister is also a Louisiana native. Played by Kaluma right there.
And I'll be honest, that is a pro move.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally a pro. That is an NBA move right there.
Ooh. Oh, nice. Let's give it right back. Nice.
Oh.
Well, they're playing a little bit now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is an important stretch for LSU. They've got to turnover doesn't help for them, but K-State can break it open right here.
Yeah. We can get
between now and the under 12 timeout are going to be huge.
I was just going to say that we'll force him to call an under 16 timeout.
Yeah.
If we can get a basket here.
Oh, good.
Nice.
That was
nice. Nice. And just like I said, it
Yeah.
forced him to call a timeout. Absolutely, boys. That's good basketball right here. That's good basketball.
Day knowing
Nice.
to pass up the three and to take 2 steps in and get that little mid-range jumper is big time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids that'll just shoot that 3 and rush it.
Well, it's the lost art, the 2-point jump shot, the mid-range,
Yep.
you know. Your man
You know
Brian
what?
Hanley used to live in the mid range.
Analytics now say don't take that shot, and I just so disagree with that. I think consistently hitting those does more to break an opponent than just a 3-point shot.
I mean,
Those are frustrating. That's like a run game,
yes.
When they're just getting into that 10 to 15 range, just dropping them in, it's like, damn it.
I will say analytics has its place in sports, but if you start living so much by the analytical nerd philosophy, you will lose more than what you win. You absolutely will.
Yep. As a baseball person, I can say that if there is one sport where analytics maybe are actually more useful in, it's probably baseball. But
Sure.
for football and basketball, I mean, a lot of it is how many times in basketball, especially the analytics just seem to kill teams more than they help. But maybe that's just part of the
Well,
new
they're getting
age.
away.
Yeah.
They're getting away. I mean, and basketball moves so fast. Like, what kind of analytics are we talking about here? You know,
Yeah.
so.
Okay, fellas, let me do one of these real quick. You're watching the FITZKAST on the GoPowercat on YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribing to our channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. I hope you're enjoying it. We've been pretty steady between 150 and 200 the whole time, which is nice. I'm glad people are enjoying this. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if you're enjoying this. Maybe you fell asleep and you forgot you're watching this. That's a good explanation. They just like they had too many beers and don't know what they're doing now. But we'll be right back after this break. This is for all you folks watching a replay. And I have no idea why you'd watch this crap on replay, but thank you for doing it. JD number 5 for Heisman on my TV. He was on my ballot, but I can't say where.
Is that
I
tonight? That's
have no
tonight,
idea.
right?
Yeah, it is tonight. Yep.
You know, being a Heisman voter used to be like a big deal. Now everyone is. And for someone who likes to tell everyone everything about me, having to keep a secret about my ballot is not easy.
I can
It
imagine.
was a weird year for a Heisman ballot. Almost always I put a regional team at third or a regional player at third, and I just couldn't come up with one. Maybe the Missouri running back should have been my choice, but
Ooh, great move.
That was a good move. Just didn't finish.
ooh.
Oh, what a pass. Oh.
Ooh. Nice. He just baited him into that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look what we have. Look what we have.
Hello. Oh, no.
Hold on. I'm going to remove you, and I'm going to, hold on, and I'm going to remove Hanley, and then I'm going to add you and add Hanley. There we go.
There we go. That's
All right.
much more pleasurable for the viewing audience. It's not happy that big.
We got the Kenley less what insiders here. I should avoid it. I can't talk, so this is going to be really well. It's going to be great to have a little stroke here. Yeah, Glenn Kenley isn't with us. Cole Carmody is on the orange couch in my basement, just right on the corner from the studio. Isn't it lovely? The orange and green wall. Yeah.
Very
Like old
nice.
70s vibe going.
Yep.
Tim, what are your thoughts so far on the game?
So far, I mean, I've been impressed that, the goings on of the past week haven't seemed to really bog them down. They got off to a nice hot start offensively, which is cool because that's been not a guarantee. And I mean, it just kind of seems like they're kind of in cruising mode right now. I mean, it'd be nice if they could maybe turn this up and get the lead up to 20 or so, but it's not too shabby.
Nope.
I do not understand how LSU was favored in this game, guys. I talked
Were
about
they?
it before it started.
Yep, they were 2.5 point favorite.
favorites. 2.5
Well-
and 3.5 right before the game started. So I
And
don't know.
that's people betting on LSU because of the distractions, I bet.
Yeah.
It's hard to deny that. Like,
So what were we at now? 54-39. Yeah.
54-39.
Hey, welcome to the chat here, Tim. We have put this a safe space from talk of the other thing going on at K-State basketball. So we're not going to be discussing that. I see some people asking questions about it. I'm not doing it today. I'm just not. I'm taking a mental health break from it.
It's been a long couple days.
Yeah.
I like what the Kraken, or I think that what his name is. The Crokin guy says, give the Heisman to the best player. And he thinks Sweat is the best player.
I don't hate that.
He did win the Outland.
He did.
Which I had no problem with. I mean,
No.
obviously I wanted Cooper to win, but that head-to-head matchup happened.
I was just gonna say, I mean, you go back to the head-to-head matchup, and although it wasn't all just those two against each other, I mean, K-State couldn't run the ball an inch. Literally couldn't run it an inch. And he was a huge part of that. So
Great.
He was dead.
Oh, there we go. Good.
So Cam is at
56-39.
21. Cam at 21 now, on the road to 30.
Yep.
Yep. If he could somehow get 9 more points, that would be such a cool story.
Yeah, it really would be.
It would be. I wonder how many people he
Did that
has.
go in? Did that count?
My
Yeah, wow.
goodness.
So
How did that go in?
I don't know, Tim, to answer your question, I would bet that 10% of the arena is either friends or family, and that's not even an exaggeration.
oh,
I don't know how familiar you are with your geography of Louisiana, but Donaldsonville, about 15
Right
minutes
there, yeah.
southeast of Baton Rouge. Yeah.
What did they just call here? Oh, just a little.
Oh, got to clean up the sweat.
a little sweat on the floor.
I like that black quarter zip that the coaches are wearing today, by the way. I know they've worn them before, but those are. We need to get some for 24/7 Fitz. I know that you're always.
Hey, look,
in there.
just keep it down over there. If anyone has an embroiderer who call me back within the greater Manhattan, Topeka, Atlanta area, let me know. Good Lord. I got a bunch of gear to get embroidered, and the local person won't communicate. What are we doing here? We're just gonna call a foul now. Nice.
This is how LSU is going to get back in the game, guys. They're just going to try and
go to the foul line.
Yep.
We've seen that a time or two. Let's see.
Yeah, so the current box score looks like Pluma is 4 or 5 now. So that's a guy who I know he's not out on the court right now, but
Oh my. That's just get to the rim,
wow.
get the ball up there and
Yep.
break down the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Still crushing them on the glass.
McNair shooting 100%.
4 of 4. Beautiful.
Mm.
Oh, we'll take that.
Mm.
We will take that.
I know you guys were talking about him earlier, but I've been so impressed. Maybe, I mean, we knew that Kaluma's obviously better, and obviously, Tyler has a very high upside. But I've been just so blown away by what Will McNair has brought to this team. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's just being so starved of an actually athletic post player that can actually do something offensively, and isn't just like 5 walking fouls and 3 turnovers. But yeah, I really, really like his game. They really hit it out of the park. Super impressed.
See, it's a play like that right there, Fitz, is what you were talking about. Is Tyler Perry comes off that screen, 15-foot jump shot was there, and he didn't take it off the dribble. And it's what you said before. He's never been asked to do something like that before, and that's where problem, because that's a shot he's got to take it. It's open. Oh my God, what is going on? What is going on?
Yeah, it's kind of breaking down out there.
Jeez.
Oy. Oy.
There's just stretches in this game that have been like, what?
Well, the officials are so inconsistent because they will call something if you're breathing on somebody, and the next time you can commit a homicide and they don't do anything. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to take a tough stand. You know me, folks. I speak my mind. I'm opposed to homicides during basketball games. Controversial, I know, but I'm taking a stand on that one. Don't murder each other on a basketball court as I continue to work.
RJ Jones had a rough game so far.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
this is what K-State has to fear here. They're getting into the foul situation here where they're sending LSU to the line a lot. As we go to the under 12. LSU's cut K-State's lead to 58-46.
Yep.
And I'm not happy about it. I still don't know what this ad is, but it freaks me out. Okay. Yeah. I wish I could hear it. With no sound, this ad, she was born in the Dust Bowl. If we don't have the same ad, this is really not good.
Oh yeah, no, I have a progressive ad going right now, so this is something very different.
It's time to update the system. Coinbase. I have no idea. I have no idea what that ad was about. Without the volume, it makes no sense.
South Dakota State, quick update from our friends. South Dakota State defeats Villanova 23-12 and advances to the semifinals of the FCS playoffs.
Oh, you were
You know who
talking
won?
football earlier.
Jackrabbits.
And you know who else won last night? The Montana Grizz.
I was going to say Montana won.
Yep. There are some really good football players that play at those schools, guys. Oh my gosh. You watch those games and those kids are good.
Yep.
But you were talking about it earlier, Fitz, about how good the Big 12 is going to be next year in the conference. I still think even this year, I have no qualms about saying that the conference is the best in the country.
Oh, no.
I have no qualms about saying that at all. It is the best conference in the country. And there's good ones out there. Don't get me wrong. There's some other good ones out there. I just think the Big 12 is better than everybody.
Ron Gilbert, you have a Cam Carter photo for you.
Okay. Is that a decent game?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Cam's been okay. Could use about 20 more from him. Well, I would love to know what Bourne and Dowling are talking about. What are they talking about?
Very animated.
They're definitely talking about something completely not related to basketball.
Someone farted on the bench. They're recounting the travesty that it was.
All right, guys, what does K-State need to do the last 12 minutes to make sure that LSU doesn't get back in this game and it doesn't go to overtime?
Well, they've got to defend without fouling. I mean, they're letting them close this gap here at the line, and that not only helps LSU score with the time clock stop, but it breaks K-State's rhythm. They've been playing pretty well on the offensive end, but now they get these long pauses. So they've got to get out of that. They just got to get back to playing without fouling.
The end of the first half with a 4-minute 40 stretch without hitting a shot. I mean that.
Yeah.
Luckily, LSU was not good because any other decent team and they would not be in this position right now. But this is
It's all right, though.
keep on keeping on.
Well, the one thing, they also got to be more physical with the ball on the offensive end. The LSU's kind of turned the defensive, pressure up a little bit, and we've been loose with the ball, loose with cuts, stuff like that. And it's causing some turnovers where they're getting out on break and getting some easy or getting to the line because we're fouling. So got to be stronger with the ball here.
I got to tell you, not having the sound on, that whole play confused me because I had no idea why Tyler Perry was
You just threw it up in
throwing
the
an
air.
alley-oop for even Keontae Johnson would go, dude, too high. Oh, my
Well, you gotta
gosh.
hit this.
Oh, nope. Where's Tyler? Yeah.
Good move. Couldn't finish again.
Oh. Jerry Pollard's like, I don't want to run this much. I got to call foul.
This is nothing to do with basketball, but I would just like to point out that Shohei Ohtani is officially a member of the Dodgers for 10 years, $700 million.
Gross.
$700 million. Just pointing that out.
It's a no from me.
In other sports news, Jimbo Fisher is working on his curveball.
$700 million.
He's got to work for it, though.
Yep.
Once every 5 days, part of the year, he's got to go pitch, and maybe once in a while he'll play every a DH. They're not, I don't know. It's a rough life.
He's not even doing that this year. He's not even pitching this year because he blew his arm out. That's not a foul? Huh.
Okay.
Told you.
K-State either gets this under control or we're going to have a barn burner because they have lost control of this game.
Yeah.
And
They've allowed LSU to be the more physical basketball team.
I have no idea what I just watched.
Jerome Tang needs to call timeout. He got called timeout.
Just whipped it off the backboard.
You got to call
no.
timeout.
Yeah.
Call timeout. Stop the game. You got to get the timeout.
I feel like Peyton Manning.
And I believe it's probably possession too late, too.
Yeah.
It's possession too late. Get the game under control. You saw what was going on.
How was it a 5-point game? It was just like a 15-point game.
Yeah, this is what I was worried about.
I can't find my mouse again. I'm stuck. There we go. There we go. How's everyone doing? Hey, let me go check on the chat here. Comments. I haven't written a word of my story because you're more important to me, everyone. Oh, we're over 200, by the way, watching live. What's the score? It is 58-53 with 10:24 to go. Kansas State leading, but the lead is dwindling quickly. LSU's cut 10 off of it here in the last few minutes. So the Tigers are growling. Sorry. G. Brew says, OMG. That's probably related to when I took my shirt off a while ago. Sorry, I did not turn my camera off. Bob. What does D&G provide?
Try and get the ball to Cam Carter on this possession.
Nice.
Oh, good. Now David Gasson gets to go shoot free throws. Hey, for whoever asked, I'm on to my second energy drink. It's not Aquafina. It's Blueberry Fizz. Which ironically is also my rap name.
Brian J. Just joined the chat. Ryan Wallace looks different.
He's really gotten good looking. Yeah, Wally had something come up. Well, you had it come up before I even announced this event, and I didn't see it.
As David made
Man.
a free throw today.
You can't have someone on the floor who can't make free throws, and you can't let that up. This
Oh
is
boy.
out of
David
control.
Gasol is 0 for 6 from the stripe.
0 for 6 from the stripe. Yeah.
He's got 5 rebounds, and that's about it.
And just because he hustles, that's not enough. Not at this level.
No.
I mean, his rebounding and
takes the
defense
big
are one
shot?
thing, but man, I tell you what, if you can't,
See, and that's the
well, that was
I think it hit
huge.
the rim.
okay.
The rim. Yeah.
That was
Bailed
huge.
out there.
Wow.
We'll take it, but
Nice of Art to follow the prayer of a 3-pointer. Oh, nice defense.
there you go.
Mhm.
Just hold on.
Ooh, we could have got called for a carry on that.
Yeah.
Back it out. There you go.
We run some kind of play right here, it looks like.
It's the old razzle dazzle. It's the Globetrotters play. And now they throw a pail of confetti up there. Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
You
No.
gotta make that.
What the heck? They called a jump ball. He got hacked 3 times before
What?
the jump ball.
Sometimes guys are too open. They miss those 3-point shots like Cam just did.
Not Big B.
No.
You leave him
No.
open, he's going to score on you.
K-State currently rocking a 12-3 advantage on the offensive boards.
I wonder what their second chance points are.
11-4.
They are winning that.
Yeah.
I don't remember many second chance points. I remember a lot of second chances.
That's the thing. You get 12 offensive rebounds. You got to get more than 11 points.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
That
My
was an
goodness.
impressive move.
What a stud.
My
There it is
goodness,
at the
he's
bottom
good.
of the screen. Otani agreed 10 years, $700 million. Never thought I'd see the day.
I hope he can get by on that. LA's really expensive.
Super expensive.
Good thing is he's not really going to have to move.
Oh, yeah. We got the field goal by LSU. It's up and over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He's not going to have to move at all.
Good point.
LA traffic, though, depending on where he lives. It's
That's
probably
true.
Could be closer to Dodger Stadium. Might want to get closer. All
Or-
right. What do we got?
Or buy a helicopter, have a pilot.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta hit
Just don't-
that.
Golly, he can't.
And we're not back.
Oh, fell asleep.
How
Oh
is
my
that
gosh.
LSU's ball? Oh, my God, look at it. That's me. That is so me. It's rare to see someone with a physique like ours.
The resemblance is uncanny.
I know.
Yeah. Really gives you
Oh,
hope.
here. I've got the creepy ad again. I wonder if this is a YouTube ad I'm getting fed.
$700 million is the most guaranteed money in sports history. Any
Second,
sport ever.
second is Colin Klein.
That's a lot, man. 10 years too. 70 million a year. We say that, but NBA guys, I mean, it's starting to get up now. Their contracts aren't as long, but some of those top tier guys are $60 million, $62 million a year.
Guys, I just figured out why I'm losing my mouse. It's going over to my iPad.
Oh.
The mouse is crossing. How do I get it back? I can't get it back. How weird. Oh, hold on. Oh, I had to lift it up and put it back down. There we go. I've learned something. Yeah. Well, let's go back to the game. What happened here? Okay, there we go.
How's Gilbert doing in there, Fitz? Is he hanging out all right?
Gilbert's doing well. He's
Someone asked about me.
he's showing a lot of leg, so it's a little uncomfortable in here. No. Wish we had the studio cam on. No. It's getting Nelly would have left the room. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
Nelly would be gone because it's too hot. It's too hot in here. Yeah, people like your former roommate's worried about you. He says he's doing great, everyone. Ryan Gilbert is doing great. I wish we had the studio cam working. I need to figure that out.
Can we get a live shot of him with today's newspapers? That way we have a real proof of life. No. Okay. Well.
Hey, and in this day and age of AI, could you really trust that it was him? No,
that's fair.
Maybe we'll just have him send out a press release.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You little stinker. Oh my God.
Anyways, game's back on.
Anyhow, yesterday was chest day. I was lifting. Yeah, you lift? I don't lift. Really? You don't lift? Okay. I lift. Give me the ball. Here we go.
all right.
These possessions, this kind of feels like the last 2 minutes because these possessions seem really valuable right now. Oop, that's not what you wanted. That's great ball movement by LSU. They just broke down the defense and missed the shot. Wow. Okay. Well, I did everything right except ball and hole.
Somehow you got way ahead of me again.
You got way ahead of me.
Yeah, that's the same with me.
How did I do that? This is my mouse. It had the power of my mouse on the screen. Okay, I'm going to pause just a little bit.
I'm at 7:18 right now.
Yep. We just got that.
Okay, there we go. We're
Bad
fairly close.
foul.
I don't think it's fair that this guy has a robotic arm. There's a burger in the background. Coming through a phone. I bet that burger tastes like digital stuff. I love those authentic Cajun restaurants are advertising for. That's really cool.
There you go.
Okay.
Missing the front end of the 1-1.
We'll take that. We need a basket here. Get the floor balanced. Move the ball side to side.
Break him down. Oh, he was there too. Ooh, Luma.
We'll take it.
Yep.
There we go.
We'll take it.
Got it back to 10.
3 threes? 3 threes today?
Got
the box score right here.
Okay.
Yes.
These are the kind of possessions they've needed. They're getting points and getting stops.
Yep.
No yawning.
Same thing. Run your offense again.
You're in my cast.
Someone asked about the ceiling of this team. I mean, they seem deeper, but I just don't think at the top they're as talented as they were last year.
Is there no foul there? Yeah, I agree. And you know what? I can't judge the ceiling without seeing Quez Glover. I don't know what he brings.
Yes, that's true.
What was that?
That's my phone.
It's
We
wanting
got
to
an
tell you
update?
about Shohei Ohtani.
It was Shohei. Yeah, it was the
We're kind of late. The FITZKAST was well ahead of ESPN on that one. Remember that when choosing your daily information provider. Fitz.
Somebody, you asked about the ceiling of this team. My question is, whose minutes are going to go down when Glover comes back?
That's a good spot.
Is it
RJ?
Dede Ames? Could it be David Gasson, guys? Is that maybe a guy who they try and maybe play a little bit
move
more
Kaluma.
forward?
Yeah, maybe.
Or Kaluma?
Move Kaluma up to that 4.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see RJ less as well. Just it's just one of those guys that
they just keep getting stops. What are we doing here? There's a foul on them.
Yeah.
Someone needs.
Do we know when he is coming back? For sure.
I asked Coach Tang that. at the last press conference that I attended on Monday. God, that seems like 2 weeks ago. That's how much stuff's happened. Crazy. It was the start of the year was his original timetable to come back. Maybe not play yet, but they think he's a little ahead of schedule. They'll be able to get him on the court, start doing some stuff here before the Christmas break. So, I mean, he won't even be back at full strength for conference play, which is a damn shame. It's a big possession. Oh, that's a great pass. And
Yeah, they got. I mean, it's at 10, right? Like they're gonna have to go cold, and by that time it'll probably be the under 4 for LSU to get back into this game, unless they just go on a rampage. So
yep,
they're in a good spot right now.
I haven't done my job yet, guys.
More.
Oh,
No.
K-State keeps getting rebounds.
yep.
They're one and dunning them all over the place. Run the clock a little bit, boys. Don't get too worked up.
8 straight misses by LSU.
Thank you.
Good little step through there. No, didn't get it.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You can't take that shot.
No.
No.
You just can't take that shot. Young, I get it. That's not the shot.
Nope. That's a great drive by them. There's the first offensive rebound in a while. They missed it. Second offensive rebound.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. A lot of TV cameras there. Since nobody's attending the actual game, they'll probably need the highlights.
Fitz, I did when we had all this happen. I did look at airplane tickets from Kansas City to Baton Rouge just in case we wanted to send anyone. I was going to be willing to bite the bullet and go down to my second favorite place in America.
And how much was it?
It was more to go there than it was to Orlando.
Interesting. It probably just spiked on short notice here.
Right.
There are some K-State reporters going. We sat this one out. We got to pick our fights here, folks. I mean, there's like 5 or 6 flights in conference play.
Yeah. Jerome Tang wants a foul on that one. He's pissed.
Yeah, he probably should be.
Should be. I was going to say, should be.
Look at that. No field goals in 6.5 minutes.
Just keep rotating. That's good defense.
Really good defense.
That's. I'll take it. I mean, I don't like it, but that's good defense. Good contest.
They called timeout. Looks like. Yeah, now you're in run clock mode a little bit right here, right? Like try and run clock and then get a good shot at the end of the shot clock.
Absolutely.
I think you got to draw something up for Cam Carter or Kaluma maybe going to the rack. We really haven't seen Kaluma get to the hole like he did against Villanova.
No.
Tuesday night. That wouldn't be a bad thing to do right here.
You know, I think you draw something up, but maybe you try to do a little guard to forward screen action down low, get Kaluma on the block. Get a little mismatch down on the block there. Spread the floor and try to get something that way. Because he'll be too big for whoever they're going to have on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot with Kaluma. He's so long. I mean, we talked about it. That's the kind of player that Tang wants to get, but he is a mismatch for anybody that tries to guard him.
He is an NBA basketball player.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be a star. I'm not saying anything like that. What I'm saying is he is going to get drafted. He is going to be drafted in the first round. He is an NBA basketball player. He is that guy. He runs, he shoots, he can handle it. I mean, that's literally what the NBA, and he's super strong, athletic. So that's the entire NBA.
Probably next year. I wouldn't expect.
Oh,
him
yeah.
to be back at K-State next year.
Yeah. I mean, if he keeps going and he keeps developing and keeps getting better like he is right now,
Yeah.
he's not coming back. And he'd be crazy too.
Yeah.
Feels like a better shooter than Keontae was last year too, which is just as far as like from outside.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Well, he also handles the ball better than Keontae does. He handles the ball better. He's a better shooter. So
Not as explosive, I don't think, but
Look at that.
no, yeah. Not as explosive, but still an athlete.
See those shooting stats. I don't quite understand why K-State is only up by 10.
They got to see our shooting stats.
Yeah.
And that might tell the story.
Yep.
Plus, I wonder, I look, but I would bet that we've doubled our turnovers or close to it than what we were in the first half.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty close. Looks like they had 10
Yep, at the
first half and then 7 so far this half.
Yep, that'll do it.
both teams are kind of trading the.
And it's just like that. It's just not being strong with the ball, man.
There's 8.
Oh my.
That was pretty horrible.
That was awful.
Yeah.
It looked like a movie you'd see at the rec.
When was the last time David Gasson was in? Has he been in since he missed those 2 free throws at about?
No, they can't afford to have him out
8
there right
minute
now.
mark?
No.
He's an enormous liability. Yeah. No, you stick your thigh
That's
out.
gotta be a foul. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the last guy you want to foul if you're LSU too.
Nope. I'm looking at here.
Hey guys, remember when LSU was good?
Yeah.
I remember when LSU was good. Here's this guy. He's doing good things.
Man, that was a cool
God, I
graphic,
wish
actually.
LSU was good.
I feel like they would get behind them more if they were consistently good, like the fan base.
Yeah.
I feel like they'd get more fans.
Mm-hmm. It is a good fan base. I mean, those people
Correct.
are crazy.
That is a meme right there.
It's your fault for taking a position on the LSU coaching staff, buddy.
I think that was a player that isn't playing. I
No,
think.
they're-
Who's the coach?
That had to have been.
That was a fun noise.
Nope, just like we said, David's back in.
Just stay down, guys. Keep staying down. Just contest.
Okay.
Rebound the
Well,
ball. There you go.
Not sure. Not sure we want to do that, but okay. Good job. Back it out. Run some clock. Take your time. Cats by 10. About to go under 2 minutes. 67-57. Cats with the ball.
Nice. Now be strong with
Free
it.
drive. That's why your bad words about the Dutch.
I'm not
The clutch Dutch.
the Flying Dutchman.
I'm gonna copyright that. Make him pay me to be called the clutch Dutch.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was they needed that.
I was screwing around and missed it.
They needed that 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
No
Not a
foul.
block?
I mean, with no sound, I just assumed they called the foul. They
I know.
didn't.
Oh, there it is. Again, let's just foul the guy who shoots 97% from the free throw line with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. That makes a lot of sense.
They got that defensive end out there, a middle linebacker out there.
Covered him. I wonder if he. This is an old reference. Hanley will get it. I don't think the other two guys would do that. I wonder if he looks at the point guard and goes, "I pity the fool."
I know who that is. Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Come on now.
Oh,
He was
Mr.
pre-steroids.
T.
We thought he was big.
Yeah.
We
It's
found out
always
he's-
weird too when those big guys like that. Like Mr. T was like 5'7".
Right.
You know,
Yeah, it wasn't big at all.
no, you'd think that he's this big, tall guy. Yeah, he's like 5'7".
Now that is a great rebound.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
it is.
was a big boy rebound, Cam.
I
Cam
don't even
Carter
think
has
they're gonna
gotten so
foul.
much better. It is unbelievable, guys.
Yep. He's a totally different player, Fitz. You're 1,000% correct.
I don't even think they're going to foul.
The clutch Dutch. Come on.
And they had just done it, boys.
There you go.
73-60. We're under a minute. LSU's
No
getting
overtime for us.
LSU
Let
had
'em
a
go.
free drive to the basket.
And he didn't
Instead, they
take it.
made it hard and
Yep.
missed the shot.
Trying to draw a foul versus just making a layup.
This is bad bad LSU team.
Yeah, they're not good.
They were the favorites. This is impressive, guys. Everything going on with this team, the distractions.
Yeah. Yeah.
To go down there and do this, I can't compliment this coaching staff enough. How they've kept everything on track. They've separated all the stuff that we decided not to talk about in this from the actual basketball. Congratulations to Coach Tang and the entire crew. They're going to get out of there with a 75-60 win over LSU. And I appreciate everyone watching. If these guys want to continue to talk, they can. I personally, I need to get my work done here, but it's up to you
same.
guys. Yeah,
Same.
Tim needs to work. Cole and Brian, do you want me to end it? Or you want to keep going and answer some questions?
This is the FITZKAST. I think we would be.
Yeah. We're good, man. We'll be back. We got plenty
Yes.
of other days we can do this stuff, my man.
And Brian and Tim and I will be back on the Insiders on Monday. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're still here, one important announcement. We're having 60% off sale right now at GoPowercat. Go over there, hit that green join button, and enjoy our coverage. A lot of stuff behind the paywall right now that I'm not sharing publicly for many reasons. Although it always ends up in someone's office on his desk. I don't know how that happens. But that's it for the FITZKAST. Any suggestions? Hit us up at GoPowercat or Twitter. This was a warm-up. This was the prep. You ready? We're going to do this for the bowl game. I'm not going to the bowl. Ryan Gilbert isn't going to the bowl. Ryan Wallace isn't going to the bowl. We're gonna do this for the bowl game. This was our test drive. I think it went okay. So join us for the next FITZKAST for sure. Will be December 28th. We might sneak another hoops one in. I got to look at that schedule, see what's coming up. I don't think any games before then rise to the level of deserving this. And yeah, well, it wasn't that great. It seemed really dramatic, but at the end, it really wasn't that good. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for joining us, boys. You all did an outstanding job, except for Ryan Wallace. Never said a word the entire time.